Hello again my friends, this is the Boyne's Dog and welcome to the channel where I talk about play, rank and review games on the Evercade old and new. In today's episode I will be going over my initial thoughts of the brand new release Roguecraft DX for the Evercade. Now please note these are just my initial thoughts from jumping straight in on a first play with some clips of that initial play in the background, and this is in no way intended to be a final review as I simply haven't played it enough for that. Let's get stuck in. Okay, so straight off the bat, I love the menus, the way the chicken moves when you choose an option, and the fact that the credits house some pretty handy tips and doubles as a music player. Damn, these tunes are good, aren't they? Now we get a choice of 3 classes. I only played with the warrior class today, which is designated easy. You can choose between warrior, rogue with a teleport ability, which is designated medium difficulty, and wizard with magic missiles ability, which is designated hard. I only went for 2 runs. The first was abysmal. The second I got to a respectable level 8 and hit the top of the high scoreboards with a handful of unlocked achievements. Now, I wish there were higher scores to beat, would be my only equal complaint there, but appreciate it's more for keeping a tally of your best runs, and we do have the achievements as well to work through, but no hints on how to get them except their titles. Some I can gather, they're not too hard to work out, and some are going to be a little trickier, I feel. In the half hour or so I played, I think I got a pretty good handle of things, and I bloody love it. It follows the same gameplay loop as the secret game we unlocked on the Evercade, so if you played that you'll be right at home. Explore the dungeon level as you progress. It slowly builds a very handy map up on the right. You guys know how much I love a good map, especially one that unravels as you explore. Fight monsters you come across, you need only to walk into them and your character fights them automatically. Grab any loot and potions you can find on the floor, find and grab the key and find the trapdoor, then go to the next level. But there's just more of everything here. Now it really has lovely graphics and it's all represented in this wonderfully, gorgeously edible isometric view. Oh, my nostalgic heart for that angle. And the soundtrack has me drooling. As a complete package, it's, dare I say it, a little bit sexy. The colour potions you can pick up have random effects for that run, meaning once you use a red one, you know what it is. It will stay the same for that run. A fresh one will give it a different effect. The green though will always be health. Now a thing I realised early on is leave hearts until you really need them, as they give back max health regardless of how powered up you are. And be warned not to dash into a different coloured variation of a previous fought enemy. That was my first step. Go round and mop up chickens or mimics before attempting bigger foes. I learned that quick. Once you've gained a strength crystal or more health, you can go back. Oh yeah, the crystals. Basically, after killing a certain amount of enemies, a crystal will drop. A red one will give you 1 more heart of health, and a blue one will give your strength, will power rather your strength up 1 more notch. It's like this game's levelling up system. Note however, there is a ceiling. A max to both you can't get past, and I maxed out my health on my second run, but nowhere near with my strength. And my number 1 tip, just from this early go, even if you find the key and trapdoor early into a level, always clear the floor of any enemies. You need every upgrade and potion you can get for the later levels. Also, every level has a secret room, which I missed initially, so check for signs everywhere before moving to the next floor. These were just tidbits I took away from my first play. I was chuffed I made it to floor 8 on my second run. Crikey, do them big beasties hit. It really became a balancing act when to use hearts and potions. Also, look out for yellow sparkly things. They'll bring you back from death if you have one on you, but don't give full health. Take that in mind. And do you know what killed me in the end on my second run? On level 8, after narrowly surviving a battle with a big beastie, but winning with 1 heart remaining. A bloody chicken pecked me. Yep, a bloody chicken pecked me to death. I probably deserve it after the chicken massacre I've left in my wake to get to the floor, to be honest. And my final words, yep, I've enjoyed every minute of this. Obviously, I'm going to spend a lot more time with this, and you know the moment I finished recording it went straight on my EXP. I will admit the screen size seems to be ridiculously small on there. I don't know if there's a bug or it's meant to be like that, so my poor eyes had to use the dreaded stretch option, as it's the only option to get it bigger, which I wish I could squidge the sides in though, but never mind. The high scores table is cool, but I wish it was much harder to crack the top. Like I was expecting, completing a run really well without dying would be the way to get there. But we do have the achievements to keep us coming back long after we've cracked the 15th floor, so I shall see how I feel about the overall experience when I've had a really good long time to dig deep with all 3 characters. So, how are you feeling about Roguecraft DX, my friends? It's a huge yes for me so far. Have you, or are you intending to pick this car up? How are you feeling about it so far? As always, let me know in the comments below. I am working on the Neo Geo kart initial thoughts video as you are watching this, but we do have kart reveals later today, and I don't know which I'll try and post in these. So Neo Geo may end up being tomorrow, but look out for that, my friends. And if you made it here to the end of the episode, thanks ever so much for joining me. Leave a thumbs up or comment if you'd like. But you know what? I'm just chuffed you poked your head in for a goosey gander. As always, I hope the day is as awesome as you are, my friends. And until next time, be seeing you.